before we pass over to the next group of speakers. So would anybody like to ask any questions to any of the School of Humanity learners?
I think there was a question for Larissa from an attendee, yeah, you're there, Larissa. So I'm going to open the microphone for Valeria Casillas. She's a presenter in a past gift session, and she joined, and she wants to ask an interesting question. So go ahead, Valeria.
Hi. Well, I'll ask you a question I did before. Has this experience been an influence in your education or your life choices?
Is that question for everybody?
Well, I think it applies for everybody. Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it applies for everybody, but I did it for the last presenter because it was like really interesting what she was talking about.
Yeah, but I think it would be great if everybody could comment about that. Yeah, I mean, this is a very interesting question. Thank you, Valeria. Who wants to start?
I think I can start. I will do very quickly. So actually, it was kind of based on personal experience. I can say that it was not like about myself, but as I studied in a public school in Brazil, in the west zone of Rio de Janeiro city, I saw that I saw violence. Like I saw people suffering moral violence between student and student, and people talking about what they suffered at home. As we were in school, we were friends, and people were very talkative. So sometimes they really talk about the things they were suffering. Another person, I had a friend who was raped, and she suffered bullying at school, and it made me cry a lot. I was in the 7th grade, and she was like 12 years old, 13, and it shocked me a lot because I know that I was one of the only persons in that school that knew about this problem, and I couldn't do anything for her. So it was something that shocked me until today, and I know that there are more people like her. I would say this.
Thank you for your answer.
Thanks. I'm just going to say, I think it definitely shows your passion and your personal attachment to this problem, and you know, you have a very activist approach to how you want to solve it. So that really comes through. Sorry to interrupt. Would anybody else like to answer that question?
I would like to, but can I just ask to someone to repeat the question because I didn't understand it?
Yeah, sure. Has this experience been an influence in your education or your life choices?
Thank you. So I think the experience of going through School of Humanity and solving a problem did help my education a lot and my life choices, because I was genuinely thinking more outside the box, and I was thinking, what can I do to help? What can I do? What's already there? So I think going through School of Humanity and having the ability to solve a problem helped me kind of develop as not just in my education, but as a person to really question things. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Tom and Rafa, would you just quickly like to add a comment before we close our session?
Yeah, I would definitely say that my experience at School of Humanity has definitely given me direction. I guess in kind of a normal school system, although, you know, we kind of have different subjects, they're not as interdisciplinary, and so it's kind of hard to see how the world kind of works together within the different subjects. But I really like how School of Humanity is very challenge-based, and from that I've kind of been able to find what I want to do and kind of discover what challenges I'm passionate about, and misinformation was one of them, and that's kind of how this project developed, and I know that I kind of want to go into that now in my life, which is great.
Lovely, Tom, thanks. And Rafa?
Yeah, so I think everyone already said pretty much everything. It was just a great opportunity for me. It was like a different way of learning because developing this project, I learned about something that I had never thought I would touch before. And that was a great opportunity.
Okay, thank you, everybody. And I think with that, we can wrap up the hour of School of Humanities. So thank you very much to all of the learners for your wonderful presentations, for sharing your learning journeys with us and your solutions. Thank you very much, and thank you to everybody watching.
Thank you so much.
Well done. Thank you, Claire, as always.